how effective or how important do you reckon it is to be wearing face masks?
Yeah, that's obviously something that we've been impacted by in healthcare. So there's it's not about how impactive face masks are. It's about the right face masks. I mean, everyone over the last few weeks have their knowledge on masks have increased exponentially. Most of us didn't know the difference between three ply and KN95 and N95s. I mean, most of us would have thought they're mobile phone models a year ago. But they are effective in terms of when you are in close contact with somebody and you are having to treat them or you're in a consultation with them. Um, all healthcare professionals have been advised to wear them in consultations or if they are doing any procedures because those droplets that can become aerosolized and you can easily breathe them in if you're in close proximity to them.
Yeah.
So in terms of wearing them in a professional capacity, yes. In terms of which ones should you wear, there is some discussions about that. I think the N95, which has the valve on it, seems to be the best one, but they are in short supply. The three ply ones that community pharmacies, for example, have been provided with, and lots of GP surgeries have. They're generally okay to wear as well if it's just in the form of a consultation as a precautionary measure. But those that are working on the front line with diagnosed COVID patients, they obviously those masks won't be sufficient for them. They require a different level with the whole PPE kit as well.
Mm.
So, but in terms of the general public wearing them out on the streets in the supermarket, I personally don't know how effective that is because you're not really if you're keeping your distance as has been advised by the government and everybody out there in terms of at least 2 meters, if not more, then in reality you won't need to have a mask because you're not coming in close contact with somebody. However, it makes people feel a bit more secure psychologically. They feel like they're doing something. So I think from that perspective, I wouldn't knock it. And I have another charity, and we have our charity volunteers that do wear them, and when they're making the isolation drop-offs for food items, and it makes them feel a bit better and secure. So again, if that has a contributing factor in terms of how they feel, then I'm for it. But in terms of practically, I don't think it has that much if you're not coming into close contact with people, and we're hoping that people aren't coming into close contact with anybody other than those in their household anyway.
I suppose my take on it is that in urban areas, city centres, you're more likely to be in close proximity to others,
Yeah,
especially on public transport.
yeah,
I can actually see how how people wear it on a regular basis in the Far East,
mm,
it's like Hong Kong and China and Japan. I can see it becoming a bit more common here in Europe as well.
I always thought that was to do with pollution. I never really realised it was to do with protecting yourself from infectious diseases. We
Yeah,
always used to
no,
see people wearing it around the city centre, mainly tourists from the Far East. But
yeah.
yeah, I think you're right. It will catch on. I think it will become almost a norm in society once this pandemic is over.
I'll tell you something on a personal level. What I've done, I've ordered some face masks for uh, me, my wife, the kids.
Mm.
The ones I've got for the kids, they're not in yet, but they've got some sort of pattern on it, and it's a bit. I like, but I suppose what I'm saying here is that there's they might just become a bit more of a common accessory.
Yeah, definitely.
I personally bought them because I would feel a bit more secure wearing them out, and as well with the kids wearing them. My
Well,
wife thinks totally different to me. She thinks it's not necessary at all.
yeah, well, it goes back to what I said earlier. Like,
Yeah,
if it makes you feel a bit more secure, I
but
think
why
that
not?
that is enough of a reason to wear them.
Yeah,
Yes, as you mentioned, some areas are a bit more densely populated than others. So if you're on public transport, you're in the city centre, you're likely to become in close proximity to somebody, even if you are trying to keep your distance from them.
Yeah.
But generally, let's say you're going for your once a day walk, as has been allowed by our government for exercise, then we're hoping that there's not many people out on the streets, and you have enough distance between yourself and the next person who you're walking behind or in front of. So
Mm.
it's not going to be that effective in that scenario.
Yeah.